see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
The Chang International Circuit once again witnessed an extraordinary moment. After initial doubts, after initially being considered difficult to master the characteristics of the new engine, Toprak Razgatlioglu finally proved his class. The Superbike World Champion truly managed to tame the latest V4 engine from Yamaha Motor Company. At the beginning of previous testing, the performance of the Yamaha V4 had not yet fully fused with Toprak's aggressive riding style. The engine's more aggressive character, explosive power at high revs, and significantly different throttle response compared to the previous inline-4 engine made him feel uncomfortable. Even in the early sessions, the bike seemed wild when exiting slow corners and less stable during hard deceleration, an area that was Toprak's main strength. From the first day of testing, Toprak's adaptations were significant. He began to find his rhythm, regulate throttle openings more precisely, and most strikingly, his braking control once again became a lethal weapon. He repeatedly entered corners with his signature stop-and-go style, locking the front end deeply without losing control. The previously ferocious V4 now seemed much more docile in his hands. Yamaha's technical team also made extensive adjustments to the engine mapping and chassis setup. The power distribution changes made corner exit acceleration smoother, yet still explosive. Toprak also appeared increasingly confident in maximizing the bike's potential. In the fast lanes, the combination of V4 power and Toprak's boldness produced impressive speed. His lap times continued to improve, even approaching rivals who had previously been more comfortable with the V4 engine's characteristics. Every lap showed progress. Every corner demonstrated that Toprak wasn't just trying. He was mastering it. Toprak didn't complain. He worked. He analyzed. He discussed with the engineers. And the results were now clear. Yamaha's V4 engine, which initially seemed unconquerable, has now become a very dangerous new weapon. Many observers are beginning to suggest that if this development process continues positively, the upcoming racing season could be a stage for new dominance. Toprak has already proven that his skills are undeniable. Now, with a motorcycle package that is starting to become competitive, that combination could pose a real threat to anyone on the track. And here's the full news. A heated atmosphere enveloped the Chang International Circuit in Buriram as all eyes were on one name: Toprak Razgatlioglu. After a period of questionable performance with Yamaha Motor Company's latest V4 engine project, the long-awaited moment finally arrived. Toprak not only showed improvement, but also demonstrated that he had truly tamed an engine previously considered too aggressive. Since the V4 project was first introduced, many were curious about how Toprak's aggressive riding style would align with the new engine's characteristics. Over the years, he had become accustomed to the smoother power distribution of the inline-4, which greatly complemented his extreme braking style. The V4 was a different story. The power was more explosive, the thrust at the top end felt more brutal, and the throttle response was much more sensitive. For some riders, this was an advantage. But for Toprak, who had built his reputation on stability during deceleration and precise control of the front end, the change required significant adjustment. In previous testing sessions, he had appeared to be still not fully comfortable. The bike appeared difficult to control several times exiting slow corners. Wheel spin appeared more aggressive, and under hard braking, the balance of the bike was less than ideal. Many observers began to speculate that this adaptation would take a long time. Some even doubted whether the V4 would truly suit his riding style. But in Buriram, that narrative slowly changed. Since the morning session, Toprak's body language was noticeably different. He was calmer, more confident, and more aggressive in corner attacks. Yamaha's technical team made various detailed changes, from electronic mapping and engine braking settings to front and rear suspension setup. Each session was used to gather data, and Toprak provided very specific feedback on how the bike reacted in each sector. The results of that hard work began to become apparent. Entering sharp corners, Toprak again displayed his trademark: deep braking with complete control. The front tire remained stable, the bike no longer looked wild, and the transition from braking to acceleration was smoother. This was a sign that the Adaptation had entered a serious stage. On the long straights in Buriram, the advantages of the V4 were truly felt. Acceleration out of corners became stronger. The power boost at the top of the rev range provided a significant speed boost, and the combination led to a steady improvement in lap times. But the most important thing wasn't just one fastest lap. In long race simulations, his rhythm was steady and consistent. This demonstrated that he wasn't just finding a momentary pace, but rather a thorough understanding of the bike's characteristics. Toprak's skill was never in question. He was known as one of the riders with the best braking technique in the world. His courage to lock the front end to the limit often left spectators breathless. Coupled with his incredibly smooth sliding control when exiting corners, he was able to maximize available grip in a way that not many riders could. What made this story even more powerful was his mentality. There was no over-the-top drama, no long public complaints. He chose to work quietly, discussing intensely with the engineers, tirelessly trying various configurations, and slowly building confidence in his new bike. The process may not have looked spectacular from the outside, but on the track, the results were very tangible. Buriram now symbolizes a turning point. From initial doubt, it has transformed into a serious threat. From what was described as having difficulty adapting, it has become a rider who appears increasingly attuned to the V4 engine. If this development continues, Yamaha has the potential to have a very competitive package to face the competition next season. His rivals will certainly not be left behind. They're closely monitoring every improvement, because when Toprak finds his feel and confidence on the bike, he's not just fast, he can be truly dominant. Now the question is no longer whether he can tame the V4. The answer was already apparent in Buriram. The next question is how much potential this combination holds when the season actually begins. One thing is certain: Toprak's abilities have once again proven he's a rider of extraordinary quality. The engine may have changed, the bike's character may be different, but the class of a champion remains the same. And when his undeniable skill meets a machine that's becoming tame in his hands, the racing world must prepare for a new, even hotter and more exciting chapter.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a